Hi, welcome to Coffee with the Counselors. Go ahead and grab your coffee and join us while we talk about course selections for next school year, 2023-2024. We have a couple counselors with us today. We have Mrs. Gurney, who does 10th through 12th, R through Z.
Hi there.
We've got Mrs. Bustamante. She's another 9th grade counselor who does A through K.
Good morning.
We have Mrs. Salad. She is a 10th through 12th grade counselor who does A through D.
Good morning.
And we have Mrs. Kalman, who is a 10th through 12th grade counselor, L through Q. She's on mute right now, but she will be presenting some slides to us in just a little bit. Oh, no problem. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the slides in just a second. At the end of the coffee talk, I will send this presentation out to all parents, all families at Spanish River, and it'll also have a survey that we appreciate you filling out. If you're up for, it's a quick survey. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat while we're talking, and we'll also have time at the end of the presentation for any questions you might have. All right, so I'll send it over to Mrs. Kalman.
All right, good morning. So the week of February 13th, all students will be going to the Media Center so we can review the course selection sheets with your students, right? So each day, as you can see from this slide, we will be meeting with them. We will be viewing the process with them. And we will be encouraging them to submit the form that day. Since you'll be getting a copy of this presentation, you have over a week now to review that information with your child at home and then go from there. All right, so the rule is the teachers will select their core classes, so English, science, math, social studies. And then your child will complete a Google form to request their electives. And you'll see that when we get into the actual book of courses. The students will complete this Google form. It is due on February 20th, and they can only submit that form one time. All right, so this is what the book looks like. We've been doing this since COVID happened, and it really is kind of helpful. It gives you a lot of explanations. All right, okay, so we give you an overview of graduation requirements, diploma designations, and then understanding the GPA, regular honors, APA. So there's a lot of great information. There's links you can click on in here. The ACE diploma, how Bright Futures works. All of that information is here. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, Mrs. Kalman. Just keep in mind we had coffee talks about all these topics as well. So you are welcome right here. If you can see it, it says click here to view ACE information. And at the slide about understanding GPAs, it talks about our past coffee talks. So you can always click there to view our past coffee talks that get into better understanding things like GPA, ACE diploma, Bright Futures.
Right. And you said that the advanced coursework night is next Tuesday? Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Next Tuesday,
So
February 7th at 6 p.m. in the theater.
Okay. So, all right. Perfect. All right. So then here we have starting the 9th grade. So you can see, obviously, we put in the academics as well as the electives. And if you want information on any of the classes that are available, Ms. Havens just clicked on it. No, you're good. I'm just a little slow talking this morning, Ms. Havens. So you can see the English. And if you click on it, it will take you to CPOMs, which will give you a detailed description. And again, you'll have to click here to see more of a detailed description, but it has detailed descriptions of what the courses are. Same with math, science, social studies, even the electives. And it gives you actually all the objectives that are being taught in the courses. And then the next page, it has the social studies, the elective language arts classes, our technology classes. So you can click on each of these to see a description of each of the courses that are available. So these are all the 9th grade classes that will be available. Okay, here's the world language, our other courses. Okay, now chorus, Mr. Kowalski was nice enough to provide us with a detailed description of how the classes break down. So anyone who is new to high school, regardless of grade level, and wants to sing, they would go in chorus 1. Students who've completed chorus 1 or have previous singing experience, they would go to intermediate. Advanced chorus, they would audition, and Mr. Kowalski would place them in that class. And then we also offer AP music theory. It's not performance based, but they are requiring them to have had a previous music class like keyboarding, band, or chorus, because you do have to have some knowledge before you can take the AP music theory class. All right, so 10th grade is going to follow suit to 9th grade, but there's going to be more availability, obviously, in class. As you can see, the English, there's a little more detail. Math, there's more availability. So as they progress through the grades, obviously, there's more classes that are available to the students. And again, you can click on any of these and it will give you a description.
Just to add as well, if you see any that have promo video next to it, last year, some of our students and teachers included a video just to tell you a little more about that specific course. So you are welcome to click on that as well.
Okay. I'm sorry. Can you go back one slide? Because I don't know that I might have skipped over that, and you'll see, and I may have skipped over that in the 9th grade, and I apologize, but I think they get placed in 9th grade. But then the academy students have a separate section as well that they will be placed by their academy teacher in there. But again, you can still read a description of those courses. So if they're in one of our academies because they started in the academy in 9th grade, and then they continue on with their academy class as long as they're being successful. I apologize, Ms. Havens, sorry. Okay, and again, you can see there's more detail and opportunities. And 11th grade is going to be the same thing. You know, there's going to be more availability and the variety of classes. And again, those courses are the academics will be decided by their teachers based on their grades and their test scores. And then in 11th grade, the only difference is by 11th grade, if students have a job and they want to leave campus, they have to have a business class, and they can do what they call OJT. So they can leave 1 period or 2 periods a day based on the number of hours they work per week at their job. But that is something that they would discuss with their guidance counselor, because they have to have a job in order to be able to do OJT. Okay, so that's why you see that thing that says DCT OJT. Okay. And then 12th grade. And now, please understand, we meet with these students not just to do their electives, but in 11th grade, we're meeting with them. And by 12th grade, they're getting one-on-one meetings with us to make sure that they have all their ducks in a row to be, ready for graduation, for college plans, whatever they're deciding their next path is after they graduate from high school. Okay. Okay, so at the end of the book, again, there's course links to every course that is inside this notebook. And you can click on, even though you could click on it grade level by grade level, if you go just to the end and you just want to see one course, might be easier to find it here than it is to find it there, because here I think it's less nicely presented, but it might be helpful so you can look at it here. You are, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish that before I say the next thing. Okay. So what is going to happen with your student is when we meet with them, we're going to go over this and then we are going to discuss their options. Okay. So what you see here on the right-hand side is what we're going to do with the students when we meet with them the week of February the 13th, right? They're going to see this student course selection electives. We're going to explain this to them. We're going to explain how they have to choose electives and rank them 1 to 6 because, they may not get their first choice. Or if not enough students sign up for something, it may not be offered. So there's a couple different options, but they click on that link that's there, the Google Doc. It will look like this. And they complete it. Now, this is not live yet, but it will look like this. And they would enter their information, and then they would be able to choose 6 electives in a row. So we sit with them, we go into the media center several periods a day, they come in and we explain how to complete this form. Okay, you are getting a copy of this exact book. Mrs. Havens is going to send this book out to everybody. Okay, every parent is getting a copy of this book, so you have quite a bit of time to review this with your child. And if you have any questions, in the book you can see at the back all of our email addresses are available to reach out to us depending on the alphabet. And again, it's the request. The teachers will put theirs in. They have a certain amount of time to get it in. It gets in there. Everything gets reviewed. And we look at each student's depending on our part of the alphabet to make sure everything is good. And then we move forward from there.
Awesome. I think that was all. Thank you so much, Mrs. Kalman. Some of you might have some questions for us. I see that some are put in the chat box, and Mrs. Bustamante was responding. And yes, this presentation is going to be sent to every Spanish River family after this coffee talk, along with a survey. The survey helps us with these coffee talks. It's really quick. So if you're able to fill out that survey, we would appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording so that if anybody wants to unmute, they are welcome to. Just to let you know, one of the questions, in case anybody else maybe watching this recording is interested in, it said that they heard there's additional elective classes that are not always listed in the book. We've recently updated this course selection guide or book, and it is all up to date, every course that we offer. You'll notice there are links to every course, and they're underlined. Some are not underlined. There's no link. We're still working on it. So if you notice one that's not underlined, there's no link. We're working on that, but every course is listed. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.